I felt 2 bad calls at the end, put Butler to the line. And that's unfortunate in a game of this magnitude. Anthony Davis has a perfect verticality.
First off, I have to come out and say LeBron James. Not sure how you stop somebody this fast, this big, this strong, and who is also like a basketball genius. LeBron James, without a doubt, is one of the best basketball players I ever saw. And what I saw him do in Game 5 was absurd. It looked like he had everything under control. Not once did I see this man panic. Everything was in the flow of the offense. A devastating player to go against because he can kill your momentum with one shot, one dunk, one block. He can simply take over a game in the blink of an eye. And of course, with Anthony Davis, he doesn't have to do it by himself if he doesn't want to. Game 5 was one of those nights where LeBron was just unstoppable. But it was also one of those nights that gave us an authentic Game 7 feel.
And a lot of extra contact now. Jimmy Butler and Dwight Howard getting involved. Teammates trying to separate them.
Which in the end is, I think, all we could really ask for. We saw everything left on the floor, not just by the Los Angeles Lakers, but by the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler, man. I told you guys, one of my favorite players, my favorite player in the NBA for a reason. And I think you guys can see why. The Miami Heat are going to be a very dangerous team for a very long time, but they have some very interesting questions coming up regarding the future of their roster. And to be quite honest, so do the Los Angeles Lakers. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now. You will not want to miss another Getlikecoop video. And that's facts. I've been streaming a ton. You guys will not want to miss a stream. It would mean a lot if you guys would come through and check it out. The link to my stream, along with the link to my football channel, is going to be in the description below. Lastly, it would mean a ton if you guys could drop a like on this video. It helps me grow, and it tells YouTube that you guys enjoy my content. I'm nothing without you guys, man, and you guys have been showing a ton of support, and trust me, I do not take that for granted. It is much appreciated. For me, I want to know down in the comments below how these NBA finals made you feel. Did you feel more for the finals? Did you feel less for the finals? Or in the end, do you truly think it doesn't matter? I respect all opinions and don't get disrespectful in my comments. That's really the only thing I ask when we discuss basketball. But for me, Game 7, I mean, look at me, I'm about to call it Game 7. Game 5 really felt like a Game 7. We saw basketball brilliance. Throughout this series, we saw LeBron James show us that he's still one of the greatest, if not the best player in the NBA. And right now in the comments, if LeBron isn't your best player in the NBA, I need to know who it is. Because at times, it didn't even look like LeBron was breaking a sweat, even though I know he was exhausted this game. He just makes the game of basketball look so easy. And in this game, you could tell he was on a mission. He did not want to lose. Near the end of the first quarter, we saw Anthony Davis go down. The Heat go on a small run. They go really small, with essentially LeBron being the tallest player on the court. I was kind of scared because I wanted the series to be competitive, but I didn't want any injuries. I think injuries suck. The Davis injury was very, 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 very scary. And I can't overstate that enough because it looked like he went down and grabbed his Achilles, or was grabbing at his Achilles. But ultimately, Davis was good enough to still play. And I have to thank everything for that one. He just ended up really re-aggravating an old injury. But again, good enough to still play. Without Anthony Davis, again, the Miami Heat would go on a run. It sounds dumb, but the Lakers are such a complete team with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Without one of these two, I think the team is significantly worse. And again, that sounds so silly to say, but I still feel like I have to say it because I feel like that was on full display when AD went down. But I thought LeBron James did a good job of maintaining calmness. How terrible would an Anthony Davis injury have been? We've seen injuries before throughout the course of the season and in the playoffs. I'll never forget some of Derrick Rose's injuries, and I'll never forget Boogie's Achilles. Horrific injuries to great players. If Boogie never goes down, he's still in the discussion of best big in the NBA, at least in my opinion. We talk about guys like Bam being able to do it all, guys like Nikola Jokic. Well, Prime Boogie, much better defender than Jokic. Prime Boogie, much better offensive player than Bam. And he was a real point center. And don't get it confused, I'm not calling Bam or the Joker fake point centers. I'm just saying, I feel like Boogie really didn't get the love he deserved for what is becoming very popular in the NBA today, and also receiving a lot of hype. I love what I saw from Jimmy Butler tonight. He was somebody who did not pack their bags in advance. He was ready to hoop. He was not scared of the moment. Okay, let me chill. I hit y'all with the cliches. Let me hit y'all with the facts. Tonight, I feel like Jimmy Butler did a great job of establishing himself as somebody the Lakers should fear. Not saying they couldn't fear him in past games, but tonight I saw him attacking the basket with purpose. Butler is one of the best slashers in the league. I feel like last game I saw him a bit too passive. And honestly, I got on him for that. But I understand why he was so passive. Because the Miami Heat, they don't have Goran Dragic. And without Dragic, they don't have that many ball handlers. They don't have many guys who can create their own shot in the NBA playoffs. Not yet. What Dragic gives you is scoring, not just scoring. He can play make for himself and others. That's so underrated in the NBA playoffs. I tell you guys time after time, you need shot makers and creators in the playoffs. Nunn is good, Hero is good. Robinson is great, a great shooter. But a lot of these guys, they don't have the experience. The Miami Heat, they needed Butler to step up and score the ball. Not just score, but create and have the perfect balance. You know how hard that is to do? LeBron James, he makes it look so easy, but it's not. Loved the balance from Jimmy Buckets tonight. He comes out 35 points, 11 assists, 12 boards. But at the same time, I have to say the Miami Heat frustrate me. Maybe it's scheme, maybe it's their offensive philosophy, but I'm not sure if they're scared of Anthony Davis or they're just scared to finish in the paint, period. So many times I see Iggy, I see Crowder, and I saw Bam, who had a particularly poor game in terms of finishing, scared to go up. I get it from Bam's perspective because I don't think he's 100%, and Anthony Davis is more than likely going to be in the vicinity of Adebayo. But these other guys, you have to take advantage of the mid-range game. The greatest trick the Warriors played on the NBA was tricking everybody into thinking the mid-range game is gone. The Milwaukee Bucks are notorious for running a drop scheme in the pick and roll, which means the center drops so they can cover more ground and protect the basket, because teams simply don't like to shoot that mid-range jumper. And a lot of players, they don't have an in-between game. If you drop and defend the basket with Giannis, with Bam, with a great defensive center, life is great, especially if players are not taking advantage of that in-between game. I can't stress that enough. Now, I thought Jimmy Butler did a beautiful job tonight exploiting that in-between game against the Los Angeles Lakers, which opened up the floor for the rest of the team. I think Van Gundy said it best. Butler wasn't running to the three-point line. He was running off screens with purpose. He was dribbling off screens with purpose to create his own shot, to get into the basket, to create contact, to finish. Flawless game from Buckets. If you're Los Angeles, LeBron James had 40 points, 15 to 21 from the field. He had 13 boards, 7 assists. I want to know if you're slightly scared, maybe just a little bit. But LeBron, again, he looked like his dominant self. I never felt like the Lakers were really going to lose this game until they did. We see LeBron pulling all these shots from deep from the logo. What did LeBron go from 3? 6 of 9? Are you kidding me? And some of the deep threes he hits, so demoralizing. We see Dame, we see Curry. We see all of these players get all of this love from deep three-pointers. Truth is, LeBron is up there too. He's one of the best deep three-point shooters in the league. Next time I make a video, I'm going to have the statistic on hand for just how good, how great he is at shooting these deep three-point shots. If the Miami Heat want to take another game, Nunn and Hero have to keep hooping. The Nunn we saw tonight, we need more of that. Duncan Robinson, 7 out of 13 from 3. I love it. 26 points. Going forward, I hope we see better games from Bam. He has to be big for the Miami Heat. He's a big-time player. I know the injury is bothering him, but they need him to come out and have a major impact on the game. I don't know if the Miami Heat can let LeBron drop another 40-piece on them and feel good about their chances of winning. Danny Green.
Robinson, they put him in the action. He does a good job. And, Coach, you talked about it. This is good defense. You want him with a wide-open shot, but you have to be willing to give up something against greatness. Danny Green misses a shot.
I'm just going to say Danny Green. I'm going to let you guys comment down below your own opinions on Danny Green. Now, I also want to know if you guys feel like LeBron gets ref differently than other players. Because for me, I honestly feel like LeBron doesn't get as many calls as he should because he's so big. I have the same thing happen to me at LA Fitness. People don't want to give me my calls because I'm 6'10". That's one of those jokes that has like a lot of truth to it. Let me know how you guys feel about the series down in the comments below. Who do you have winning how many games? I'm Getlikecoop. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.